Hey everyone, it's Greg again, and I'm here with a new video about my new single, Move Your Body. Sounds a little bit like this. It just came out on Fed Legrand's Darklight recordings. It has something more groovy and is a bit more dark than usual. I think it's the tone that I'm gonna set for the next coming years. I really like the sound and I really hope you like it, so let me know what you think about it. And before we go into how I made Move Your Body, the thing that I want you to do is subscribe on my channel. We are over 800 subscribers. I'm super happy with that. So thank you so much for that. So subscribe, like the video, and comment if you want to know something different or if you want to know something more that you haven't seen in the video, because I'm going to do a lot more production tutorials and other stuff. But yeah, let's get into the making of Move Your Body right now. So it's opening now, the project. La, la, la. It's a pretty big project. I've put a lot of work into it. It came very natural. From the start. Oh yeah, it has loaded. So how did I start? The track is with a simple kick drum. Normally I start with a melody or with a bass line or with something melodic, but now I just decided to go with a simple kick, and it sounded originally like this. I felt that the kick had too much top end and was way too light for this track, but it had a nice feel. So I decided to take some top end off, make it a bit more boomy, more punchy, and this is how it sounds in the final version. Because I wasn't satisfied with this in the drop, and it was a little bit too light, I decided to add a stomp kick sample from Splice, and I just put it on there. It sounded like this, and I really liked it. So as you can hear, it has a lot more attack and it comes a bit more through the mix, and it also sets a really awesome rhythm for the rest of the elements. Then what did I do is add a bassline melody vibe thing to this kick, and it sounded like this. So as you can hear, it has one top end layer which is a Spire preset that I use a lot, another donk I tweaked a little bit, and just a simple bass sample that I took from Splice also. I put some compression on there, another compressor. The Freq shifter is a really great tool to get things in phase. So I heard that the top bass and low bass and the whole vibe was doing a bit weird. Then I started checking what the problem could be, and I saw that the bass line was out of phase with the rest. So I just added the Freq shifter to this, and now it sounded more in phase, which made the whole track more powerful, and it suddenly got the punch I wanted. Then a high cut, nothing. And then last but not least, I used another compressor because I thought some notes came out a little bit too much, and I tried to compensate that. And they all go to this amazing buzz right over here. I use some reverbs and stuff to make things big in the build-up with automations. I'm going to show you that later on in the video, but most important for the drop right now is a simple sidechain, a compressor, after the sidechain. Good tip that I can give, because it makes sure that the sidechain signal doesn't float that much. It makes it again pretty squished, but you have the sidechain effect, which has a great effect on your master, because your master limiter will have to do less work and will give you better results. After the compressor, I have a limiter because I wanted to make it a little bit more louder. Also, that my master doesn't need to do that much work to get it louder. So this was the fundamental thing for the track. Now I'm gonna take you further to the break. In the break, it's super simple. It's the bass line who is going.
It's just a beat. Now move your body.
Vocal. Some choirs. Like this is a choir step, splice sample. This is a cool thing. It's actually just a sort of saw pad thing, and I just took it, I stretched it, I manipulated it, and this is how it sounds. And it also has a Flux Mini on there that makes it every 8 bars more like a pad, so it really gets you more into it, and then when the build-up comes, it becomes very open again. Super cool. Then the vocal is just also a simple splice vocal. Cool thing that I can show to you guys is that I used a vocoder on one of the vocals of the break that goes into an uplifting mode through a slide note, which you can see here. So what did I do is I took a synth signal, I took the vocal signal, I put one signal to the left, other signal to the right, I linked them both to this channel. Here on is the vocodecs. You put the vocodecs on left, right. You play with the settings and stuff, and then you get this result. If you apply the main vocal, it gives you a really cool uplifting vibe.
It's just a beat. Now move your body. Cause everybody's gonna need somebody.
So as you can hear, it's doing a lot. It gives you a real cool vibe throughout the breakdown. Then the build-up is actually me using this synth that is also in the drop, and I introduce it in the build-up, and it's this weird sound that I made, and I exported it, reprocessed it, then exported it again, and then I did even more processing on it, and then I took this sample into this project, I even stretched it more, pitched with it, stuff like that, and this is how it sounds. And as you can hear and see here, is that there are a lot of reverbs and stuff on there. Yeah, it's a bus that is linked to another channel because I didn't have, or I needed more space to process my stuff. So it has multiple reverbs and stuff just to make it super big. And now separately it sounds super weird, but in the whole mix it makes it so much better, the build-up. Then another cool thing I can show you is I used a retrigger tool and I consolidated this channel, so it consists of all the build-up sounds that I've used, and I'm gonna explain to you the retrigger tool in a second, but you can hear the result here. It sounds super cool. with the retrigger tool you can make things faster and slower, and it actually just makes things repeat constantly. Super simple tool, super useful, and I'm gonna show you when I explain the drop, because I also used it there, how you can apply it to your track. What else is there? The choir chop is also going further. What else is going further? The vocal, of course, some fixes, nothing special. There isn't even a fill before the drop, it just flows into the drop. So yeah, it's actually a pretty simple build-up, but very effective. And then we go on to the drop. In the drop you've already heard the kick. I'm first gonna show you all the drums. So these are all the drums. So a ride, hi-hats. This is a cool thing I can show you. It's actually a perk that follows the groove of the bass line. And the high ticky thing you hear makes the bass more hearable and gives it more rhythm, which is very effective for this drop because it's all about rhythm. Then we have a shaker loop, as you can see here. Then we have a Bob Sinclair percussion loop, which also adds up. Nothing special. What I can show you is that I route the drums to several buses. I do some processing on there, even on the claps there isn't something. I do processing on there, and then I mix it all in, and that's it. Last thing I'm going to show you is the retrigger tool. It's very, very simple and useful. It sounds like this. How do you apply it to your track? Is just in every plugin you can go to the settings menu, then you go to the arpeggiator, you put it on one of these settings. I don't know what it does, it just does something. You play with the time, so you make a automation clip of the time, then it comes over here, and then you just play around, and it makes a cool, faster, slower thing. I've learned it from a good friend of mine, and I think only 3 months ago or something, and I directly used it, and it's super, super cool. I think it's the first project even that I ever used on it, and I'm gonna use it much more. Okay, I said last but not least, but actually I have to show you something different that is going on in the drop, and it's the B part, which also contains a lot of cool elements. So in the B part of the drop you have this underground synth that is going on, which is a signature synth of mine. Then this synth is on the same channel, I see. This is the synth from the Buildup that you've heard. Then you have this synth. It's actually sort of choir step. Then you also have a low choir. And this one makes sure that the choir sounds more full, so you have a high layer and a low layer. Then I have this sample over here, which I took from a sample pack from Splice, which sounds like this, which makes it more gritty. And then I've used, last but not least, this Sim synth, and it sounds like this. And it really gives a warmth feel to all those synths. After that, there's actually also a C part, gives it a nice ending, and is just a simple bass sample I took from Splice also, and I just made this rhythm out of it. And I also applied some reverbs and some other effects to make it moving and stuff, which is super cool. And what I also can show you that I did was the mastering. The mastering is actually super simple. It's an Ozone 11 with several presets. It's a FET filter. It's another FET filter. And then I use the Ulean loudness tool to make sure that my gloves are right. So this is actually the whole mastering of this track, nothing more. I just put a lot of work into the mixing, and the mastering then was for me much more simple, and it sounds really great. I think I really think this master does a good job, and I see every project as something different, so not every master is just the same preset. Sometimes I take a preset from another track I've mastered. It depends, but yeah, that's the master on this one. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and much more stuff is coming soon. Also, if you haven't listened to Move Your Body yet, check out the link in the description. Make sure to stream it, and if you're a DJ, you can ask for a promo, or you can buy it on Beatport, for example, and support me. Would be very nice. And for now, I wish you an amazing day, and thank you for watching.